So in today's video, we'll be learning how to set up AR foundation in Unity. So the first thing you need to do is open up your Unity hub, give it a little bit of time, let us see, and come on, open up. So Unity Hub is open. Now, the first thing we need to do is create a new project. You can select any Unity version. You can select an LTS, so you can select 2023, but for this example, I will use the LTS 2021.3.22. So we'll give our project a name. Let's call it AR Foundation Setup. You can select where we want to store it. We'll start storing it in this location. So select folder, then we create a project. So at the moment it is creating the project. So we'll give it some time and let it do its thing. Now it's set up completely. The Unity project is open. So what we would have to do next is switch our build type to either Android or iOS. I don't have Android set here, so I will go with the iOS and then switch the platform to it. I think it's currently compiling, so we'll give it a little bit of time. Now it's done. So once we have this set, the next thing we need to do is go to our Windows, go to Package Manager, and then we'll select Unity registry. Once select it, we look for AR Foundation, which is here. So you don't need to worry about the version, just whatever version has been given to you at the moment, install it. Everything's already been arranged for you. Before, in the past, you have to make sure that the Unity version and the ARCore versions and ARKit version has to be the same, but this already been resolved for you, so you click on install. We'll give it a little bit of time to install. Once it is done, it will okay, it's installing now and compiling. So AR Foundation is currently installed. Since we are developing for iOS and Android at the same time, we need the ARCore XR plugin. We also need the ARKit XR plugin. So let us install the ARKit XR plugin. So we install it. We'll give it some time to install. It is done. Okay, yes. Next is we will install the ARCore XR plugin. So that will be the next to install. So if you look closely, at what's on your screen now, you see that there is something called ARKit face tracking. This is not needed at the moment unless you want to create a face tracking AR experience for iOS, then you download it. But let's say, for example, you're creating a face tracking experience for Android only, you do not need it. But once you get iOS involved, you have to download install this, because without this you can't really build face tracking features for iOS. So we'll leave it for now and proceed to the next thing. So now we have installed the necessary packages, which is most of them will be here. We have to move over to the project settings, because that's where other things has to happen. So we go to player settings, project setting. This is a project setting. You can access it using this way. You can go to edit, you see project setting, and you can get to the same page. So once you have this opened, you go to XR plugin manager, you click on it, then you see your iOS selected. If Android was available, it also be here. So all you have to do is locate these plugin providers. For iOS you have ARKit, for Android you have ARCore. So since you have iOS at the moment, we'll click here. Clicking this or checking this is telling the XR plugin that you want to use the ARKit for your project. So it will compile the necessary things you need to compile. Then if ARCore was Android was available, you do the same thing. You select it and then you click on ARCore. You will see it just at this point. So you go down to this place and then you can configure if it is required or optional. Most times you leave this setting like this. You also do the same thing for ARCore. You just leave the settings like this for most cases, unless you intentionally want to leave it, make it optional for particular reasons or the other. So with this, we are done with the setup. Now you can simply delete your main camera here, and then you call in. You go to XR, you go to XR, then you get in the AR session, which is this is very important. Then you get in the AR session origin. Although if you're using the latest versions of AR Foundation, which is the 5.0 above, the AR session origin is duplicated, so it's currently called XR origin. So they do the same work, but older versions is called AR session origin, while newer versions it is called XR origin. So with these two game objects, you can easily access the AR camera. You can easily access the AR camera with it. So this is how it will look. It will look completely black, because that's the configuration they used for the AR camera. Is completely black, but once you run it, you have access to the camera feed. So you save it, and then you can add, if you want to, as maybe you want to build plane detection or face tracking or image tracking, you add most of your components, your scripts under the AR session origin or the XR origin. So for me, let's say for example I want to build plane tracking. I will click on add component, and then I'll say plane manager, AR plane manager. This is it. You click on it. You can add the object that you want the plane manager to spawn once it detects a plane. But this is not complete yet. You also need your raycast manager. So you see it, AR raycast manager. So these two things are what you need for plane tracking. If you want to do image tracking, you call in the AR tracked image. But our next tutorial will show how to set up for AR tracking, but this is what you need to get that starting. So with this, we have completed the process of setting up our project for augmented reality development using AR Foundation. And then, so one more thing. So what I want to show you now next is very important. So you can see over here, this is one of my books on augmented reality. It's called 30 Days Guide to Augmented Reality Mastery, a beginner's guide to developing immersive AR experience. So what I was able to put together in this book is more like a step-by-step process or a 30 days guide on how to take it from a complete beginner in augmented reality to understanding the basic foundation of augmented reality. So the book is not technical, it's more like an overview. So let's say, for example, you have no knowledge about what augmented reality is all about. This book takes you through the different concepts of augmented reality, the different SDKs to use, the different ways to start developing augmented reality, the tools that you need, the language that you need, the IDs that you need, every single thing that you need to get started. So you can see it's just 64 pages, so which means that it's a very fast read. You can easily read it in a day or two, and you have everything you need to get started. You have everything you need to get started. So this is like the interior of the book. Now my second book is called C# for augmented reality. So let me open that up so that you can see what's all about. This one has more details in it. It has more details in it. It's about 400. So it's about, on the paperback, it's about 268 pages. So here we go deeper into the explanation. We'll talk about how to create different augmented reality experiences. So as chapter 10 here, you can see that I have a lesson whereby I teach you how to create image tracking with videos and 3D models overlaid. So I'll show you how to create something similar to this. Then I also have an helicopter simulation, flight simulation for augmented reality. So you learn how to create an augmented reality project that simulates helicopter flight. So this is like a very, very detailed and technical book, and also very practical. You see the source code, you see the screenshot and how to set up the whole thing. So if you enjoy what I just showed you, please like and subscribe. Thank you.